Hey everybody, hope you're doing well today. I tried this a minute ago. I deleted the first video because I rambled on longer than I probably needed to. Just wanted to record a quick message for you today, something that's been on my mind for a while. I mentioned it earlier this week in a live stream or maybe in a video. There's an adage out there, I hear it all the time, and it makes me absolutely bonkers when I hear it. People go, you can't go broke taking profit. And that is absolute bullshit. I'm not going to say the word, but it's BS. It's BS because that single sentence can get you into so much trouble if you don't understand odds and probabilities. And you absolutely can go broke taking profit. I'm going to prove it to you right now. What I've got up on my screen, let me flip over here. What brought this on was yesterday we traded. Let me show my screen over here. Yesterday we traded crude and had a really good run on it. Actually, it's giving a pretty good push again after I closed out. I traded crude right after news yesterday. News had ended. We came up. We broke through a level that had been tested kind of through the day, and I came back and retested it towards the end of the day. I don't normally trade this late in the day, but after FOMC news, I was looking at a pretty good situation there. Chose to take that trade late in the day, closed it out this morning for about a 9% win. And it got me thinking again about this old adage of you can't go broke taking profit. You need wins like this in order to offset the days that you're taking these break evens or just over break even days, just or break even trades rather. And here's the spreadsheet that I put together to prove to you that you can go broke taking profit. The folks that say that, the folks that say, you can't go broke taking profit, what they're doing is they're entering a trade, and the second that trade's moving in their favor, they're taking the profit. They're not just moving their stop loss up, they're taking the profit. This is driven typically by fear. There's probably some other psychological aspects that are come into it as well, but typically it's due to fear, and that's probably because they're over leveraging themselves, or maybe because they don't have a solid system that they actually believe in and that they can repeat over and over and over. But ultimately, the saying you can't go broke taking profit is absolutely untrue. You can go broke taking profit. What I've built here is a randomizer, and what it does is just a quick calculator that takes takes basically like a coin flip, which is what trading is. Trading is kind of a coin flip, and that's a discussion for a whole other day, I think. Just real quickly, why I say it's a coin flip is because you're only in control of your trade up to the moment you click the button, right? You go in, you do some research. I don't know. Let's just pull up the S&P. You do some research. Maybe you're looking at trends. Maybe you're looking at support resistance lines, whatever it might be. But you do your research and you decide that hey, we're going to enter a trade if it breaks through this level, comes back to this point, and then retest that level. I'm going to go ahead and go long on it. Whatever it might be. You're in control up to that point. You're in control up to the point that you actually decide, hey, I'm going to click this button. I'm going to buy or I'm going to sell. Whatever that might be, I'm going to make a decision. I'm entering a trade. Once you click the button, you're no longer in control. The outcome is 50-50. And that's really hard for a lot of folks to understand or to accept. But the reality is the outcome is 50-50 from the time that you click the button. So it becomes kind of like a coin flip. And everyone knows, if you've ever played with it as a kid, and you take a coin and you take a coin and you say, well, heads, I'm going to win, and tails, I'm going to lose. And you flip that coin and you do that X number of times, right? And you monitor the outcome. The outcome of that coin flip isn't going to be heads, tails, heads, tails. It's going to be some random result. It might be 4 heads in a row. It might be 10 heads in a row, followed by a tails, and then 3 tails in a row, followed by a heads, and then a tails, and then a heads, and whatever it might be. But it's going to be random. It's not going to be exact win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. It's going to be some random string of wins, random string of losses. And in order to understand why you need to look at having targets that are beyond 1-to-1 is to help spread out and give yourself that statistical mathematical advantage over the long term. So when you have those strings of losses, it doesn't wipe out your account. And when you have those strings of wins, you maximize those wins. So anyway, back to this. How can I go broke taking profit? Well, the spreadsheet randomizes the results. So each time I refresh it, I get some random number of wins and random number of losses out of 100. So I built this down to 100, quote, trades, if you will, or coin flips, if you want to call it that. We've got this spreadsheet that's built out to give us these 100 trades. And then it randomizes the wins and losses. So in this case, in this one that I just clicked on, we had 59 wins and 41 losses. So we had a win rate of 59% on this random outcome. But if I'm having a max risk of 2%, oh, you're not looking at my screen. Let me switch this over here. Okay, so back to this. So I have my 100 trades and a random outcome of it. On this last refresh, it gave us 59 wins and 41 losses, so a 59% win rate. If I have a max risk of 2%, right? So I have a 2% risk, but I'm always taking profit at 1%, meaning I'm always just going, oh my gosh, I'm kind of scared of this market. I don't know what's going to do. I'm not real confident in my entry. I'm just going to take profit the second it moves a little bit. That might have been a bit condescending with that voice, but you know what I mean. If you're always taking profit quickly and not letting those winners run, you're giving yourself, maybe let's say you've got a max risk of 2, but you have a max reward of 1. Even though you have a positive win rate, a 59% win rate, overall, you're still going to be at a loss. So that's, in this case, negative 12%. You've lost money even though you've had a positive win rate. So you can go broke taking profit. If you're taking profit too quickly, you'll go broke. What you need to do is give yourself that opportunity to where you're winning slightly more than you're losing. It doesn't have to be a lot more, but it should be slightly more at least. So here, let's keep refreshing this. Let's say you have a max risk of 2%, but you have a max reward of 3%. So let's say on average, you're winning just a little bit more than you're risking. And I'm going to keep refreshing this until we get ourselves into a negative win rate. I want to make sure that our wins are fewer than our losses and prove to you that even though you have a negative win rate, you can still be profitable if you manage that reward properly. So let's just see if we can get this down to at some point. Here we go. So here I have a 47 wins, 53 losses. So I have a negative win rate. My win rate is lower than my loss rate, right? So I'm winning 47% of the time, but I'm still making money because my reward is greater than my risk. I'm winning more than I'm losing. This comes back to a day like we had yesterday. We had an outsized gain. We don't always make 10%, 9%, it was 9.1%. I don't always make 9.1% on a trade. But you need those days to offset the days when the trades just don't move. It's moved up enough to let you ratchet your stop loss up to, let's say, break even or slightly over break even. Trade comes back, you're stopped out for a small win, small win, small win. That's bringing your overall amount won down, right? So you need days like this that offset that. If we look at my personal trading, my win rate's about 65%. Let me just pull up my spreadsheet over here. 63. So my win rate is 63%. So 63% of the time I win, 38% of the time I lose. I don't know why that must be some fraction. Anyway, as you pull it up. But anyway, my average win's about $1,800. My average loss is about 11. I have a positive expectancy over the long term. That's what we have to have, and that's what this spreadsheet shows us as well, is even if we have a negative win rate, if we're winning more than we're losing, we're going to give ourselves a positive outcome. So don't fall into that trap of believing if I'm taking profit, I can't lose. Absolutely incorrect. 100% a lie. Fake news, it's a lie. You can go broke taking profit. I've just shown you the spreadsheet to prove it. So let your winners run. Make sure you've got a trading plan that gives you that positive expectancy where you are offsetting your risk by giving yourself a reward point that's at least 0.5% or 1% beyond what your risk is. And in doing that, you're going to give yourself an opportunity to win more than you lose over the long term. And even though you're not going to win every trade, and you're not, even though you're not going to win every trade, it will give you that positive expectancy over the long term so you can become a profitable trader. And that's what I want to get out of this channel, is to help you become a profitable trader. All right, so that's it for now. If you guys haven't already shared this with your friends, with your family, like this channel and share this channel with your friends and family so they can start learning the tools and techniques that are going to help them become successful as well. And I don't just talk about trading. I have right now, because that's kind of my wheelhouse. It's the main thing that I do is trade. But there's a lot of other things to cover with you. Right now we've done a lot on futures. I also trade Forex, I trade crypto, and I do internet marketing. We'll hit all of those things. There's also some really cool tax strategies I want to talk to you guys about that will blow your mind. It's using stuff that America's elite use and no one really knows about. They don't tell anybody. So I'll tell you about some of those things so that you can take advantage of some of those benefits as well. So you don't want to miss any of that. You don't want your friends, your family to miss that. Be sure to like this channel, share the stuff that I'm talking about so that you guys can become profitable. I am never going to ask you for a dime, so you got nothing to lose and everything to gain. All right, have a great day. We'll talk to you later. I will be doing some other, I'm pointing at my monitors over here, which you can't see, which is why I keep looking away. I will be doing some more videos to kind of solidify the lessons that we did and show you in real time how I plan out my trades for the day. And we need to get into that so that you guys can see the very, very, very simple process that I use, but it also is a very profitable process. It's super simple, super easy. I think anyone can do it. I might even have my 10-year-old come in and explain it one day, because he did a brilliant job the other morning of explaining it to me. And it just shows me that it's so simple a 10-year-old can do it. So if he can do it, I know you can do it. And I want you guys all to do it and become profitable and have great lives. So anyway, that's it for now. Have a great one. We'll talk to you later. Bye.